Your WavyOcho, I'm gonna react to the truth about my wife and kids. Why it got like canceled.
American television sitcom My Wife and Kids aired on ABC for 5 seasons, from March 28, 2001 to May 17, 2005. The series was produced by Touchstone Television in association with Wayans Brothers Entertainment and Impact Zone. It was created by Damon Wayans, who also stars, and veteran television writer and producer Don Rio. Damon plays Michael Kyle Sr., the owner and operator of a trucking company.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, like his son Junior got a big ass dad, bro. He got a beam, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
The patriarch of an upper-middle-class black family living in Stamford, Connecticut. The show centers on him, his wife, Janet, or Jay, a day trader, played by Tisha Campbell, and their 3 children. 16-year-old Michael Jr., played by George O. Gore II, 15-year-old Claire, played by Jazz Raycole in Season 1, and then Jennifer Freeman for the remainder of the series.
Whatever happened to her, bro? Whatever happened to the first Claire, bro? Let me know what happened. Or she about to tell us what happens.
And the baby of the family, 5-year-old Katie, played by Parker McKenna Posey. Not surprisingly, the moment the show...
Parker McKenna's bad now. She's bad. If y'all go look at her, like, her flicks, bro, like, on IG, she is bad. I ain't gonna hold you.
Debuted, an influx of comparisons to another TV sitcom featuring a well-to-do black couple and their family started pouring in. Like his predecessor, Damon is the primary creative force and voice behind his show. And like the Cosby...
I mean, he is the star of the show. Damon Wayans is the star of the show.
My Wife and Kids is a mostly housebound series in which the father is so successful in his job that he gets to hang around the house. A lot. He told the Chicago Tribune in 2001, "Of course, no one has done this kind of show as well as Cosby. But we did look at the Cosby blueprint. We neutralized race. When we were putting it together, we thought of what Cosby did right. He was smart on his show. The kids couldn't pull things over on him. The stories have a definite universality, and the main theme is, I'm not your friend. I'm your dad, and I'll be your dad until I die. It's about a father being a disciplinarian." In developing the pilot for the series, Damon says he paid close attention to the pilots for The Cosby Show and Roseanne for inspiration. Even more important to his vision was bringing back the concept of positive fathers to television. In the last several years, I've seen these TV fathers, Homer Simpson or Al Bundy, dumb guys who the kids were always trying to fool. But I grew up with a great father. I think I'm a great father. I wanted to bring great dads back to television. Fathers are very critical to how children view the world. According to Tisha, Damon allegedly initially didn't want her as his co-star, citing her past on the 90s sitcom Martin. But her relentless persistence ultimately helped her secure the job. A few years after Martin ended, Tisha learned of a casting call for a show called My Wife and Kids. As she explained on Finesse Mitchell's Understand This podcast, she decided to reach out to her agent about the role of Janet, only to be shot down. "I called my agent and I'm like, yo, I heard about this audition. And he was like, yeah, they don't really want to see you."
Are you serious right now?
From there, she reached out to friend and former Martin co-star Tashina Arnold, who had auditioned for the show a few days earlier. After discussing the series with her and looking over her script, Tisha knew she'd be the perfect fit. "I was like, oh my God, I could do this with my hands tied behind my back. Let me just get this audition." So I called my agent again, and he was like, "They are adamant that they really don't want to see you."
Damn. So Damon Wayans didn't want her at first. So that's what it seems like.
Tapping into her connections, she then reached out to someone she knew who was interviewing to be the casting director. According to Tisha, that person told her they had already tried to put in a good word for her, but Damon allegedly resisted, saying that although he loved her, he couldn't see himself playing opposite Gina for 5 years. Though Damon and her agent resisted, Tisha decided she was going to audition for the show anyway. She revealed that in the last stages of casting, she showed up unannounced to one of the final rounds of auditions, where Damon was allegedly visibly angry over her being there. But then, once they started reading together, his tone changed. Later, she got a call from her agent, who told her she'd been invited to meet.
So Damon wasn't jacking her at first. Damon was not jacking Tisha at first, bro. That's crazy.
The network. So basically, that's what happened. I went to the network and got the part.
It seems like Tisha forced herself into the show.
In season 3, 2 new main characters are introduced. Junior's girlfriend turned wife, Vanessa Scott, first played by Megan Good, and then Donna Summer's daughter, Brooklyn Sudano, and Franklin Mumford III, played by Noah Gray Cabby. In episode 26 of the 5th season, titled The V Story, which would not only serve as a season finale, but also the series finale, the episode ends on a cliffhanger.
It'd be much easier for me just to go ahead and get the vasectomy. To hell with Hallie.
It doesn't matter anymore, Michael.
Why not?
Because I'm pregnant.
Right after this episode, ABC canceled the show, leaving zero closure for audiences. The network canceled My Wife and Kids alongside other shows, including 8 Simple Rules. Rather than produce My Wife and Kids Season 6, ABC gave its Tuesday time slot to According to Jim. Fun fact, while it is a common staple for most family sitcoms to include holiday episodes, My Wife and Kids did not feature any throughout its entire run. The reason for this had everything to do with Damon. The Wayans brothers were raised Jehovah's Witnesses. Therefore, the members of the family who still practice.
Damn, the Wayans brothers, the Wayans family's a big family. I ain't gonna lie. Look at that family, bro. Marlon Wayans, Damon Wayans, Keenan Wayans, Sean Wayans. It's mad Wayans, bro.
Don't celebrate holidays. The second oldest sibling, Keenan, reported that his father was a Jehovah's Witness, and although his mother was not religious, growing up in his household gave each child a unique perspective and relationship with religion. If anyone or anything is to blame for the show ending, it's the success of the singing competition show, American Idol. Falling ratings and ABC executives feeling the sitcom had played itself out were reportedly to blame for My Wife and Kids being suddenly canceled. Stephen McPherson, the then president of ABC, also stated that American Idol, which was then airing on Fox on Tuesday nights, was damaging the ratings of ABC's Tuesday night comedies. It's hard to believe that the sitcom had played itself out when My Wife and Kids Season 6 would have picked up on a life-changing note. Fans of the show could have only guessed what sort of situations would have occurred during and after Jay's pregnancy, especially because the baby was a surprise to begin with. Damon also questioned why My Wife and Kids ended. He was under the impression by the network that his show had been picked up for another season. That explains why the show's season 5 finale concluded with a big cliffhanger, because he thought it would be addressed in the next season. In a 2006 interview with Desert News, Damon blamed the cancellation of the show and the decline of sitcoms overall on the corporate culture that rules the network television industry. I think it starts on the top, and the corporate agenda is not a creative one. That's the last thing they think about, putting on something that's fresh and different. They say they want something fresh and different, but what they really want is something that worked before. That's all they know. While there were fewer shows featuring minority casts than in years prior, he stopped short of calling it racial discrimination, attributing it to a, quote, corporate agenda. It's not a black thing, it's a green thing. I think network executives are getting lazier, and unfortunately, the black shows go first. Lionsgate Home Entertainment released the first 2 seasons of My Wife and Kids on DVD in North America between 2009 and 2010. More than a decade and a half after the end of its original run, the show finally began streaming after finding a home on Hulu in 2021. But now that people were watching or rewatching the show, they were also wondering what happened to the first Claire. To recap, Jazz Raycole played the role of the middle child for season 1 only. When season 2 came along, Jennifer Freeman had taken over. The show even acknowledged the recasting in a line of dialogue.
Claire?
Yeah?
What's different about you?
What are you talking about? I just pulled my hair back, that's all.
Well, whatever it is, you look like a whole new person.
Light skin.
Apparently, producers recast the role of Claire after Jazz's mother objected to a storyline in which one of Claire's friends becomes pregnant. Jazz reflected on her My Wife and Kids departure in an interview with the Christian Post in 2012. I was 12 years old when I got that job. The producers wanted a different thing. They wanted someone a little bit older. I wasn't ready for that. I ended up going to New York to dance, which was my first passion. I really thank God for that, because I got to grow and travel. Even though My Wife and Kids was never the most popular of its time, it has aged favorably, with many viewers now discovering and enjoying everything the Kyle family has to offer.
Okay, that's the vid. That's the vid. So yeah, bro. Let me know what y'all think about this. Think about My Wife and Kids, bro. And comment down below. What is your favorite episode of My Wife and Kids? Matter of fact, what is your favorite season of My Wife and Kids, bro? Let me know. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. So checking out you are.